Hello internet friends, in this video we are finally going to make this fuel tank look like a fuel tank. And by that I mean we're going to put the fuel cap on and the fuel drain. So that's nifty because then once this all cures then I can put the cap on. I'm super excited about the caps that I have because they are locking. If you watched one of my previous videos and heard the story already, then I'm going to repeat it anyway. So when I had a Mooney before, I flew to a place that should know better, but they basically filled my fuel tanks full of Jet A. Even though the label says 100 low lead, they still put Jet A into my Mooney. And luckily they found me and told me, and then I had a long ordeal of getting Jet A out of my fuel tanks and draining them and then flushing them with 100 low lead and then flushing that and then flushing the gascolator, and that was super fun. And then flying home and hoping I didn't die. So, yeah, I don't ever want to repeat that again. So I have locking gas tanks or locking gas caps on this plane that I'm building. So yeah, that should avoid ever having to deal with that problem ever again, because if someone goes to my plane and tries to fill it up, they won't have the key and they'll have to try very hard to accidentally put Jet A into the tank. Okay, in the meantime, then I figured out I should probably 3D print a plug for the fuel drain. So if just in case you're wondering, I want to do the same thing. The size of the plug is 3/8 and it's 27. The pitch is 27 threads, 27 threads per inch TPI. So yeah, that took a little bit of experimenting to figure out, but then I made the plug. And I actually use a program called online that's free called Tinkercad. You basically say, I want a screw, and then I want it to be this size, and I want this many threads, and it generates the STL for you. And then you can just drop it on your printer and it prints. So it's not that hard, just helps me from having to go clean out fuel sealant from the threads of the fuel drain, which probably shouldn't have any fuel sealant in it. Okay, and anyone that's built a fuel tank, or at least a RV-14 fuel tank, is noticing my mistake right now and being like, no, don't do that. But, yep, I forgot to put the the vent holder onto the top rivet here. So I'm going to get to fix that at the end of the video. Don't be me. It's real easy to miss because, well, it's a tiny little piece. And then once you start cleaning up and you find that little piece, then you're like, ah, dang it. So don't be me. Remember, I would do this, put the fuel vent holder on first thing if I was building this again, and I will, because there's one more tank to build. So hopefully I remember that in a few days. I'm hoping a few days when I build the right tank. This is the left tank that I'm building. And you can tell that because the fuel cap goes on the top, and if it's facing this way, this is going to be on the left wing. Wait, did I just say that? No, this is going to be, yes, left wing, because the left wing is actually facing the way that the pilot sits. So if I'm sitting in the plane, this is going to be to my left, not when I'm standing in front of it. That's a whole other issue of figuring out which side is which. Spatial orientation can be challenging, especially in 3 dimensions, right? That's that's what planes are for, to orient yourself spatially in the 3rd dimension. And I have given up on trying to not make a mess. My gloves are just covered in Pro Seal. It doesn't look like it, but the palms are, and I feel sticky everything I touch. So anyway, if you are also dealing with Pro Seal or just entertained by someone having to deal with it, come join our chat groups. If you scan these QR codes, you get the invite, and then hilarity ensues. And I will see you there and see you in the next video.